Any questions?
Yes. Are you going to finish that croissant?
Knock yourself out.
How's it going, guys? It's your boy Real and Tall Guy. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me, and of course, let's get started. On today's video, I'm going to be working on my 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ, and today I'm going to be replacing the stock headlamps on this vehicle. Now, the reason why I'm replacing it is because these headlamps are pretty bad. They don't shine that well, and the car is lifted, so the light doesn't really travel that good anymore, and it makes it extremely hard to see at night. So in today's video, I'm going to be replacing these ugly stock headlamps with these awesome cheap LED headlamps I picked up from Amazon. Honestly, this is the cheapest headlamp you can get for these vehicles, but they do last, and they're a simple plug and play, so there's no weird crimping and cutting of wires. You can just simply plug it and it should work. Now, I did have these lamps on my black XJ before it got totaled, and they did last a good 3 years. I had no complaints, no water or debris got inside the lamps, no condensation buildup or anything like that. All the LED works. So that being said, I'm just gonna stick to this brand. I'm gonna put a link in the description below in case you guys want to pick these up. As I mentioned, they're simple plug and play. Now they do have this extra red wire that is for the daytime running lamps, which are these LEDs on the side right here. For that one, you want to tap into a constant power supply, which you could do from the turn signal right here, which I'm going to show you how to do that. But once again, it should be a simple installation. And of course, I got the one for the driver and the passenger side. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing first, we want to go ahead and remove the two Phillips screws in the corners right here. All right, once you remove the two screws, go ahead and just lift up and out. Just like that. It have these two tabs that hooks up, so make sure you don't pull it too hard, because once you snap these, there's no way to secure this correctly anymore. All right, so next we have 4 more screws, 2 here, 2 at the bottom. Simple. Now these tend to get rusty sometimes, so please be patient, because you definitely don't want to strip these screws and then you have to drill it out, and then that's gonna ruin everything. So take your time, just take it out nice and slow. All right, that's one. That's 2. All right, so we got the bezel all the way. All right, and there we go. This is how you take out the headlamp. It's pretty simple. And then all you do is simply squeeze on the 2 tabs and you disconnect it. All right, so if you don't care about the daytime running lights, you can go ahead and just plug it in. It should be all set. But I kind of want the side markers right here to glow during the daytime. So I need to tap into a constant wire somewhere here. So and then connect it to this so that they work during the daytime. So for this one, I'm gonna be tapping the side marker, the side turn signal right here. I'm gonna have to find a constant. Now there's 2 cables there. Now one of the wires will always have power, and the other one will basically turn on and off, flicker basically due to the relay, and that's how basically turn signal works. So I need to figure out which one is which. Now I did this multiple times. I know it's gonna be the brown wire, but I'm gonna show you how to find out which one's which. All right, so we're gonna remove the cover. So once again, it's just 2 Phillips screws. All right, and then we can pull this back. You want to go ahead, twist it, and pull it out of the way, just like that. Don't touch the light bulb unless you have rubbing alcohol to clean it up. All right, and these are your 2 cables. Right here, you have a green and a brown. As I mentioned, we want to tap into the brown. All right, guys, in order to figure out which cable is the constant cable, the one that's gonna constantly supply power when you have the vehicle on, we want to go ahead and remove the bulb. You want to go ahead and turn the car into the accessory position, so you can go ahead and turn on the blinker. So right now the blinker is flashing, you can see right here. Next, you want to go ahead and get yourself a voltmeter like this one, and go ahead and set it to DC. Next, you want to go ahead and just pick a prong that you want to test. So for example, if you take a look over here, there's 2 cables. There's the green cable, and then there's the brown cable. So the prong closest to the green obviously would be the green cable. So I went ahead and just stuck one of my testers in there, just like that. Next, you want to go ahead and ground this off. So just pick any piece of metal in the vehicle. Now I have a lot of rust here, so I need to find something that has a good ground. All right guys, so I was able to find a ground. Now if you take a look at the voltmeter, you can see that it's fluctuating, it's changing from 472 479 volts. So basically this is telling us that this one right here is the blinking one. Basically, if you wire your daytime running lights to this cable, every time you turn on your turn signal, it's going to start blinking and flashing, so that's not going to be good. So next we're gonna go ahead and test out the brown one. All right, so right now I am testing the brown cable, and I went ahead and I grounded off to the battery because all these metal pieces are all rusty, so it's not giving me a good connection. But if you take a look at it right here, it looks like we're stopped at 0.08 volts. So that is our constant right there because it's not fluctuating like the other one. So that is the one that we're gonna tap into for. All right guys, so I'm getting ready to connect these 3 cables together. Well, basically 2 cables. But I just want to point this out. When you guys do this, you want to get yourself another wire here, and you just want to run it through here. In here, it's hard to see, but there's a hole in where the cable can run through, and it will basically come out here, the same spot where the wire harness will come out. So I just want to point that out. There's also another hole right here, if you guys can see it right there, but I don't recommend this one just because the whole headlamp assembly would be right here, and then you have to basically snake this behind. So I think it's just cleaner running it through in here. I'm not sure if the camera could pick it up, but there's a hole here for the fender, and then there's another hole here where it goes to the back of this headlamp socket thing. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and connect this, and it should be all set on this side, and then of course I'm gonna test it, make sure that my blinker works, and also that my daytime running light, and also that the bulb itself works. All right, so just give me a couple minutes and I'll get right back to you. All right guys, so I got everything wired. I went ahead and put the bulb back, and if you take a look over here, all the wire harness is connected, and this lead right here is connected as well. I went ahead and put electrical tape just for double insurance to make sure that it's not going to ground off on anything. All right, so I got the key on the accessories. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the daytime running lights, and then we're going to take a look at it real quick. And perfect. You can see how the sides right here is on, and this bulb is on. So this is a daytime running lights. All right, so this part is all set. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the turn signal because I want to see if these markers right here are gonna flash. They shouldn't. All right, perfect. You can see that this bottom marker here is blinking. This turn signal is blinking, but this right here is staying solid. Now, if you did wanted these 2 LEDs to blink, you can wire it up to the green one instead of the brown, and then these would start flashing as well. But I like it solid, and I'm gonna keep it solid, so this works out for me. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one, and then we're gonna go ahead and test it, make sure everything works, and we should be all set. Alright guys, so I was able to finish the passenger side as well. In case you guys don't have a voltage meter, I'm just going to tell you which cable is constant on this side. So for this turn signal right here on the passenger side, this one's going to be a green and yellow wire. And for the driver's side, it will be a brown wire. So it should be pretty simple for you guys to go ahead and splice it and connect it, and it should be all set. Definitely you want to go ahead and test it before you put everything back together. I went ahead and tested on both sides. Everything works perfectly fine. Now, one thing I like to mention, anytime I get new headlamps, I always like putting some car polish on the headlamps. Just because car polish normally has a UV protective additives, and I love putting that on there just to make sure that my headlamps are not going to get hazy or foggy over time. Normally from the factory they put a thin layer of coating to protect it from UV rays, but I always like putting my own car polish just to make sure that they're nice and protected. And also putting car polish when it's snowing is also good because once again it's water resistant, it's hydrophobic, so that water molecules and stuff will basically beat off of the headlamp and doesn't really pack on there. You can also put ceramic coating on this. Ceramic coating will definitely add an extra protective layer, and it prevents scratches and stuff like that. So if you want to do that, you can also do that. All right, so if you take a look at it, honestly it looks way better than the factory ones. By far it looks way better. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna put a link in the description below in case you guys want to pick this up. All right guys, so I'm gonna end the video here. There's 1,000 other things that I did to the vehicle, like for example the fender flares here, but I'm gonna save it to the next video. So all right guys, so that being said, take care, stay safe, and if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, drop a like, drop a comment. All right, see you in the next one. See ya. Bye bye.